Good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and it is Wednesday already, which is wonderful because tomorrow is Thursday and then it's Friday. And as you know, I get Fridays off now. So I had a good night's sleep, which is unusual for me. I think I only woke up once. So maybe some of these preventative measures that my doctor is up to, maybe some of that's starting to work. Because it really is quite unusual for me not to wake every couple of hours. And because of that, I'm feeling particularly sprightly. And that's surprising because I actually didn't go to sleep until maybe 2. Due to the fact I was very excited. It's a very bad thing. I'm a night person, I will admit it, and some of you probably are as well. And so the interesting thing to me was, actually the frustrating thing to me was that some years ago I had a really good embossing labeler, a Dymo, and I could not for the life of me find any replacement cartridges for it. So I ended up throwing the thing away because you can't get the replacement cartridges. What's the point of having it? And bought myself a new fancy gizmo, which by the way never worked, or hasn't to the best of my knowledge. And then last night I was doing something completely different, and guess what I found? I found a store that was not only selling the vinyl embossing tape, but also the machine. So I had to get another one because it's the best labeling machine in my view, just because of it's the vinyl tape that's so good, because it lasts, it doesn't fall off, it's what I call high duty, as opposed to a piece of sticky tape that's going to fall off in a year. Mostly the vinyl embossing tape stays on there forever. Now, the range of colors for the base of the tape is probably pretty thin. I think you've got red, blue, or black. But as what I'm busy working with is a kitchen that has, as we know, white and black. It's exactly what I need for labeling all my boxes that I've got up high. For those of you who've seen the little cubey things I've got up high, I want to be able to just give a generic of what's in there, like if it's teas or if it's, spare coffee or whatever is in there. So anyway, I got to order that, and that's kept me up a bit later than I expected last night. But it was a good thing because I've been looking for that for about a year. Very, very exciting for me. It now means I can get back to getting organized. So I also realized that I came screaming out of my home this morning without any lipstick on. Now, we know that I'm naturally beautiful, and you're all telling me that, but really, lipstick would have been a nice thing. We're at 17 degrees Canadian and 62 again American. And as you heard, it was quite a scorcher last night, as I thought it would be. And I think part of the reason, actually, that I didn't sleep until 2 o'clock was because I was waiting for it to get cool enough so I could sleep. Which was great, because once I did go to sleep, I did a pretty good job of it. Anyway, so clean forgot the lipstick. I think I can live with that, because I got a feeling that that person inside me that's quite organized already has some sort of base lip gloss at least sitting at work, just in case of moments like these. And I really recommend you do that. Always keep a spare pair of shoes and some lip gloss or lipstick but something that will go with any color. That's why I think lip gloss is what I've got there. So that if you do a sal and just forget something, that at least it's there. But the good news is I remember the coffee this morning, so life's going to be a lot better. Actually, I was delighted to see some of you wrote to me about the fact that you understood my need for a decent cup of coffee. I got a really interesting email from a viewer yesterday, and she has a problem with accepting compliments and self-esteem. And it was interesting to me because you guys are always so kind to me if ever I'm having a bad day, that you're always so generous about that, and you all seem to rush to remind me that it's okay to have a bad day and this, that, and the other. So I was quite surprised that this particular viewer wrote to me about this. So obviously it's something that everybody needs to hear. We are not super women or super people, Superman, whatever you are, whoever you are. That's not our job. Our job is to be human. And being human does mean that we will have good days and bad days. Now, we all strive to have preferably more good days than bad. And so the trick here is to not take ourselves too seriously. And not every comment made by an employer is necessarily a bad one, even if it sounds like one. It may be a slight correction, but it's not, hello, your job is on the line. And I want you guys to understand the difference between the two. Now, if ever an employer says to you, I am warning you, X, Y, and Z, now that's a whole different ball of wax. But, if they just make an observation that they would like this, that, and the other, sorted out, there is no need to go into terror on that one. And I know a lot of you are very terrified for your jobs because of the economy. Even though it appears to be turning around, for some of us, it's more scary than others. And so, take it seriously, but don't take it that, it's the end of your career, because it isn't. And the other thing I'd like to give you a little advice about is try very hard not to defend yourself. For some reason, employers don't seem to take a lot of value in that. I don't know why that is. But anyway, so you can say, I do have some input on that subject if you would like to hear my side of this. And then be quiet. In other words, if they don't want to hear, don't give it. And if you believe that it's totally unfair that they didn't choose to hear your side of it, then, it's your life. You have the choice to actually send an email or write a letter and say, I did offer to give my side of this, and I was somewhat surprised that as my manager you didn't want to hear both sides of the story. And in a way, that's actually better, that you get that moment to actually say that and then give your side of it and say, for the record, I would like to make sure that you hear my side as well, and give it. And the reason I say it's better is because if you are consistently getting judged by this person, then you've got at least one email that you can bring up to prove that you have a problem giving your side of the story when you are asked. Just a thought. However, it also depends on the personality of the employer. Some personality types will always want to hear your side of the story, and some very rarely, if ever. They have made a decision and that's it. Boom. And it normally, if you try to give any input, they'll give you the look from hell, and this is called, excuse me, this is my company, or this is my job, I'll make the decisions here type look about it. I think you probably all have witnessed that one. It's funny enough, it's what I call the parental look. You know, most of us know that look very, very well. We've grown up with it and we are aware it means, excuse me, I'm the authority here. I'll let you know if I want to hear any more from you. And that, I think, is the worst sort of personality type to try and interact with, because they don't want you to interact with them. Believe me, I've had my fair share in my time.
Oh, hi everybody. Here's Mama Sal, and guess what? I thought I'd show you the sink that I always wanted to have, and I really did treat myself to it a while ago. This was the sink, and this is how you turn it on, and that's what it looks like. You know, I don't know about you, but that really gives me a lot of pleasure. I just love looking at it. It's so simple. And you know what is so strange is it actually didn't cost me a whole stack of money. It cost me far less than I thought it was going to. Oh, there I am. It really was. I mean, I think it might have cost me $250 or something. But it wasn't nearly as expensive as I thought. And for the impact that it has in my bathroom, wow, I just love it. So I thought I'd just show you that one, and I want to show you the other my other bathroom as well. So we're going to take a little walk into there.